How tired are you now? Very, very tired. Actually, are you interested to hear this session?
Yes.
Because this is about this won't be informative at all. Like I won't be giving like do this thing. There is nothing like that. It's more of some stories. Okay, and you have takeaways from it. There are certain things which you can take away, but I am not saying that moral of the story is going to be this. This is about my life story. Shall I do this?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Okay. So, there was an idiot. Not Mr. Bean, that's me. Now, introducing you to the idiot. So this starts from how I started up, right? I'm very sure that everybody, almost or if not everybody in this room are or is smarter than me when I started off. Everything started in 2006 when I joined my college. As I said, this block that you see, right, that is my whole college. As I said, you guys are very, very appreciative. You appreciate even anything and everything. So it all started from my college. So why do I think I said it's a story of an idiot? All of you know about IITs, right? Everybody? In my first year, when it was almost over, that is when I kind of understood that okay, IIT is actually a big college. IIT is supposed to be the best and things like that. Almost I'm done with my first year. That is when I understood about IIT. First thing. Second thing, how many do you have a what to call it, social communication, something like that in the first year where it's a lot of gas that you write in the paper. There is no, it's all theory. Communication, social science, something like that. Oh, I also had a subject like that. So the sir was too sweet. He was like, everybody should talk in front of the class for 4 to 5 minutes on any topic that you can prepare and talk, right? So now you are seeing me like standing in front of you, easily waving my hands around and then doing everything. But in my first year, I went in front of my class, in front of my friends, 45 people, everybody I know, and I'm like, so I prepared on computer generations, okay, and I was like, first computer, literally, stuttering, stammering, I could not stitch a proper sentence in English. That is the first time I'm trying to speak in English, unlike most of you. In school, yes, my teachers kind of used English, but I myself have never tried English. And I was and I'm still not that pretty good, okay. So that was how I started off. I could not start, I somehow managed to tell 5 sentences. I went back to the seat, I was sitting like this, did not look at anybody, embarrassing. That is how I started. Third reason, or third story that proves that I was an idiot. All of you know how to use Microsoft Word, right? I started using Microsoft Word towards the second half of second year. That is the first time I'm opening Microsoft Word, seeing for the first time. Okay? And then I'm typing something and it's all red. Everywhere it is red. So my friend came back and looked at the monitor and was like, dude, after every comma you have to put a space or else it will show red. And I said, oh, is it? Okay. And I started putting spaces and every red went away. Now you should acknowledge that I was an idiot. And you guys are smarter than how I was. Okay? That is how I started off. Then, all of you had IEEE member orientation, right? Yeah. Somebody came to me and said, IEEE is this, IEEE is that, IEEE blah blah. Happened, right? That is the first speech I had. Mithun say, my senior, he came here, IEEE is this, that. He fired out the best talk I had ever heard till then. I was like super impressed. I did not understand anything. I literally did not understand anything. Only one sentence I understand. You can do something. And I joined it. That's it. Okay? And then you guys said in the first year, the first thing that you do is volunteering. Yes. What is the first volunteering work you guys did? Publicity. Okay. Getting bottles from the canteen. Yeah, we are kind of similar. Yeah. Infrastructure. Wiping tables. We are very close. Yeah. Registration, membership development. So what I did was, there was a lot of wrappers of trophies in our IEEE library. clean it up. That was the first one. The second one, the IEEE library is being shifted, so move all the books from one end to the other end. You take a trolley and then keep pushing entirely to the campus, put it there and come back, take other books, go there. That is the second thing. Third thing, you have the new books in the new library, you have to have a new register. So you have to enter everything. So I am sitting down and entering everything, right? This one, number one, blah, blah, blah. So at 5 o'clock, my seniors are coming. My college is till 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock, I am sitting and writing. My seniors came to me and said, what are you doing? I said, so I was alone. Everybody left. Seniors asked me, what are you doing? I'm writing this thing. So why don't you go? It's 5 o'clock. I said, there are only 4 to 5 books. Let me complete it and go. So they were like, okay. So that is when they noted me. So at that point of time, even now, I just have 2 qualities, okay? One of those qualities that always stuck with me is commitment. Whatever I do, whatever I try to do, I am fully committed. It's not like I have got anything extraordinary, just commitment. Even that you guys should appreciate. Okay, so that is what I was. I wanted to complete the work which I started off, and I kept doing it. So those are the first volunteering things that I did. So I understood IEEE and I was so excited about IEEE, right? So I wanted to get to the vice chairman. As I said, in my college, second year gets to the vice chairman. So the second year came and my batch hated me. Hated me big time. So Ravi sir was telling, right, unknown by you, known by rest of the guys. So the whole college knew that they hated me, other than me. And then came the election. It was actually a selection, but my batch clearly did not want me to win. So they put one guy, they told him that you have to stand for the vice chairman election. So they made it an election, and there were 81 people in that classroom. He got 72 votes. I got 9 votes. And there were 12 people from my class. Even they also did not vote. And I lost terribly. 9 to 72. I lost, So that was how I started my IEEE career. Okay. And then what do you do once you are out of an election like in such a drastic fashion? You go into hiding. So you can't show your face openly. You kind of peek here and there, ask one, hey guys, what are you doing? Is there something happening? So that was what I was doing. I always, this thing is there. I wanted to do something, always was there. And then came my first opportunity. Hub Congress. Hub Congress is a smaller gathering inside a section. Okay, there's a small gathering of a section. Series exam on Monday. Saturday the Congress is happening. Nobody is willing to go. My seniors came to me and said, are you interested? I said, yeah, I'm interested. And they were like, okay, go. I went there and there was a selection for a representation. So there are 4 districts of that place, named Kottayam, Alpi, and 4 districts. So there was a representative selection from that place. And then one senior person, he asked, is there anybody interested? I stood up. Sarah, I'm interested. And he looked around, nobody stood up that quickly. So he said, okay. So he put me as the Hub 2 driver, as they call it. Okay. That was my first ever IEEE role, Hub 2 driver. And then once you get the Hub 2 driver role, you have something official, formal thing, right? So you come back and like show your face again. Guys, can we do something? And then, so people were like, okay, but nobody had such kind of hatred that they pushed me away or something. They were all professionals. They still hated me, but that was okay. So we started organizing events, and I started going out to the different colleges of my representation. And I handled 8 awareness sessions. I started off 3 student branches, initiated 3 student branches, revived 4 student branches, and did whatever I could, in the next 3-4 months. And then it so happened that there was a face-to-face meeting in Hyderabad. This happened in 2008, August 30 and 31st. And then Kerala section told that, okay, he is doing something, let him represent Kerala. That is the first time that I got a chance to represent my section, okay? And they gave funding, 900 rupees, sleeper class ticket from Kerala to Hyderabad. I went there. I was totally lost. I don't know anything about IEEE. They were talking big things. So I go to every conversation. I stand like this. They'll talk. I won't understand anything. I'll go to the next conversation, stand there, and then hear everything. Nothing. But then I understand that I don't know anything. I was always appreciative that I don't know anything. But I got to listen a lot of things. That is when I attended my first brainstorming. That is when I attended my first proper IEEE event, right? And then I met two people. Everybody, there are people who makes impact in your life. The first person, Prijo Phillips Comat. Both of them, luckily, are my college seniors. Both of them I actually met at the Hyderabad, this congress. So, these guys, we started talking. So I was actually leading a technical festival at that point of time in my student branch. And then we talked from 9:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. Jason slept like 3:30 a.m. 5:30 a.m. I was like going down, and Prijo was like, "You are feeling sleepy, so you go to sleep." But these folks made a lot of difference. They gave me the mentoring. So Prijo was very, very aggressive. He has an idea, he knows how to push things forward. So the networking and all these things that we are talking now, right? He and Professor Mini Thomas of Delhi actually came up with the whole idea back in 2008. So he's one of the founder of this networking concept inside Region 10. So he was very, very aggressive. Jason was more of a diplomatic guy. He knows how to handle teams. He knows how to play diplomatically and then get through, right? So Sachin always wanted to have the aggression of Vivian Richards and the technique of Sunil Gavaskar, something like that. So I wanted to be as aggressive as Prijo and have the diplomacy of Jason. So I started kind of imitating them. So whatever you see, the way I present, I took a lot of cues from the way Prijo presents. He's an exceptional orator. So that is how I started learning. In your lives, if you get a mentor, find the right mentor that you have. It will make a huge lot of difference in your life. And most probably, IEEE can give you that mentor. And then in 2009, the call for proposals for Region 10 Congress came. Sometime back there was a Region 10. How many of you know what is a Region 10 Student Congress? Okay, cool. So this Region 10 Student Congress is a higher version of All India Student Congress where the entire Asia Pacific committee comes, right? 2009, what was the specialty of 2009 for IEEE? Anybody knows? 125 years. So that was a special edition. So it was called as the IEEE 125th Anniversary Region 10 Student Congress. Very, very prestigious thing, right? The proposal call came in with a zero infrastructure college like mine. I wanted to host this event. And then I put up the proposal for this event. There were 13 proposals that they received. And at the end of it, they shortlisted 3 proposals. Our proposal, National University of Singapore proposal, and University of Western Australia proposal. The 2 top universities in Asia Pacific, and our is a very, very simple college. Okay? So, but our proposal was amazing. We had done every bit of detail for the proposal. Just, let me give you a perspective. The proposal was worked out so very well. I went personally to 13 hotels to take quotations. How much room, how much will a room cost, etc., etc. So the kind of impression that we gave was, we have worked out everything. You just give the event to us, we will conduct it. The moment we applied for the proposal, we had the website already set up. The website had content and properly set up. We had the banner, posters, everything already designed. We had a theme music already designed. We had a mascot already designed. And the proposal went to a detail where we clearly told that there will be 7 AC buses flying from the hotel to the airport with 16 seats each. And the maximum latency time for anybody coming to the airport will be maximum 30 minutes. They don't have to wait more than 30 minutes. Up till that level of detail, we did the proposal. So our proposal beat National University of Singapore, University of Western Australia, hands down we beat them. But I had an average of 76.7 in my S4. My S4 results came with 64.2%. But I'm glad that happened because it always needs to be a balance. By the way, I did not have any arrears or back papers. So anyways, so that happened and they decided that this event is going to be co-hosted by National University of Singapore and our college. And the venue will be National University of Singapore. Because National University of Singapore, the proposal was very strong with funding. Being in Kerala, we really did not have any access to funds. So, and the event was $40,000. Okay? You can just imagine, that is what I proposed. We will host an event with $40,000 where I had zero support from everybody. So the event worked out. We went to Singapore fully funded by IEEE. 15 days before the event, 6 people from my team, including myself, we were there. So I was talking to Jason like randomly. Some guy came running. It is the last day of the event. And he was like, Arjun, you're going to deliver the vote of thanks in 5 minutes. And he ran away. Just like that. And I was like, vote of thanks. Arjun, you have to deliver the vote of thanks in 5 minutes. And he ran away. And I was like, wow. Nothing, he ran away. So I entered the auditorium. So there was one vote of thanks from the National University of Singapore end, one vote of thanks from our end, which I am going to deliver. So the other guy, he was all suited up and then he came with a Mac, he opened up and read a clear-cut, great speech, got applause and went out. And I was still standing there, what to do? I'm not a person who keeps the sessions like this. Then there was the vote of thanks from the CEC team by Arjun Pillai. They called. I was like, okay. I was standing there, the auditorium is here, and I was okay, whatever. And I walked. I don't have a laptop, I don't have a piece of paper, I had no clue what to talk. Almost I reached there and I decided I am going to tell the story. And then I went to the podium, this is the photo, I stood there, I clearly remember. This is how I started off. As I remember this event started as a Global Student Congress by Pridgeot Phillips Comet and Professor Minnie Thomas. This is how it started off. 5 minutes, I told the entire story and I came out and Jason told me, wow, you did well. You know, and that is the moment of confidence for me. I was like, if I can talk in front of IEEE presidents, 2 IEEE presidents sitting in front of me, 160 global participants, and without any preparation, and people found it well, oh, then pretty much I can do anything, right? So that moment changed everything for me. And after I conducted this event, Professor Minnie Thomas was kind enough to invite me to sit on Region 10 Students Activities Committee. So then I was representing India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan and Bangladesh to Region 10. So that is how I entered Region 10 SAC in 2009-10. Okay. After that, I started, I was confident now. Now that I have talked, I know I can do it. So I went giving sessions, talked on different things, got a couple of certificates of appreciation from the headquarters, outstanding volunteer from the Kerala section, etc., etc. The best thing came to me. One of my prize moments came when I won the Larry K. Wilson Award. So this one was. So this is happening in Auckland, New Zealand, and we are in a boat, a floating boat, and all the lights are, it's from the sea. It is one of my prize moments, though the photo looks crappy. That is the only photo that I have. So this actually gave me a lot of people started looking at it's like a branding. I don't consider Larry K. Wilson as a big thing now, but when somebody asks you like, what are you doing and things like that, when you tell that you have won the Larry K. Wilson Award, then it gives you a branding. Like, just like you have won a Region 10 Exemplary Award, something like that, it gives you a branding and people will start taking you seriously. So this put me in a lot of limelight. I got more opportunities. And then, this is how IEEE, it's that I need to do something with my career, right? So this happened in my 3rd year, final year stage. I was trying to decide whether I need to take the technology route or the management route. It's a very difficult thing. I thought I was decent at studying technology and things like that, but I never knew that I had management instincts. But IEEE taught me that I had management instincts. Then I was deciding which one to take, right? So it took me 8 whole months to decide on this. This story is the pivotal point of my decision. So I thought I'll tell that story. So there is this mall. Everybody knows what a mall is. So, and this mall, it's a new mall. The crowd is ramping up. Every day new and new people are coming. A lot of footprints are there. So the owner is looking and is all happy. After like 6 months, 8 months, the owner is seeing a saturation. The crowd is not growing. It's a saturation and it's slightly coming down. So he got worried. So he put a consultants. So that's how a big company will do. Whenever they have a problem, they'll ask a consultant to come in and then work out what is the problem and solution. So this guy came in and he started doing the studies and he figured out that the problem is the lift gets too full and the people have to wait at the lift for a long time, which is kind of annoying for them. That is what making the saturation and people are not coming back. So this was a clear problem statement. The lifts are full and people are waiting. Let me put it to you. What are the solutions that you have? You are engineers solve problems. What are the solutions? Escalator. Okay.
Make the waiting time
enjoyable.
Like put a girl or a boy. I did not complete. Wait. Have a competition there. That's what I was going to say. So have a competition going there. Yeah. Okay, then come some out of the box, out of the box thinking, solution.
Movie screen above the waiting area.
Huh?
Movie playing above the elevator.
Put a TV screen. No, she actually answered it. The thing is, these are all like you can have more lifts, you can have more escalators, but the person actually came back and told very very simple thing. Put mirrors inside the lift and out just outside the lift. When there is a mirror, especially for ladies, they won't know how the time flies. No sense. So this was a very very simple solution, right, for a difficult problem. So the way I see it, the technology is more of algorithmic. Nothing against technology, guys. It's just my perspective. So 2 plus 2 is always 4. But in management, for a problem statement, whatever you told are all solutions. Escalator, new lifts, rearranging of shops, everything are solutions. But then it is up to you to decide the most optimum solution, right? Then I thought, okay, management, I like it. I'm choosing this. I want to go into the management field. Then I was thinking that I'll crack GMAT. You know what GMAT is, right? Yeah, so I'll crack GMAT. I want to do MBA. But when I went to NUS, right? NUS, I stepped into National University of Singapore and I was like, wow, this is a university. And my college is as big as the security office there. That's it. and that moment itself, I decided that if I am doing a higher studies, I'll do it in US or a big university. So by that time, I had decided that I'll do it in the top 50 at MBA college, not below that. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to crack GMAT. So just after my engineering final year, I cracked GMAT, 90 percentile. I set that up because 5 years validity, I could do that. Then I wanted to work for 2 years. At the end of the first year, I'll apply for getting through. And then at the end of second year, I'll go for my MBA. Clear-cut roadmap plan, how to plan your career thing, right? So I took like 8-9 months to decide the whole thing. And then I did my GMAT. After that, I started my career with Infosys. Infosys was a good time, and I worked there for 2 years. But in between, I'll give you like 3 stories. The first one is a story in my third year, where IEEE, just to give you a perspective of IEEE, how it makes an impact which you don't realize, right? There was this event which we were conducting. So for me, it was like one event to the next event to the next event to the next event. I'm not even thinking. One event I conduct, so every day morning I'm waking up and thinking, what will I do today? Or what can we do? Like 10 ideas, I'll think, 6 ideas will work. I'll start working on 6 ideas, 2 will work out, the rest will fail. So it's pretty much the routine. And then this one, we conducted this event in an external auditorium because our auditorium is not that great. So we conducted in another auditorium. So there was a lamp like this. The inauguration was there, the chief guest was all there, and they called for the lighting the lamp. And just above this lamp, there was a fan. Okay, and the fan was rotating at its high speed. And then somebody needs to off the fan, right? We started running around. All the volunteers started running around. We had absolutely no clue where the switch is. And at the end of the day, the chief guest was holding it like this, and the other guy was lighting, and everybody was like covering. They somehow managed to do it. We had no clue where the switch is, and after that we realized that there was a passage like under the stage, and that is where you have the switch. So after that, there was another event. It was inside my college auditorium. The same lamp was right there, and I looked in the morning, and there was a fan also there. So the first thing I did is I checked which is the switch, and then when the inauguration was called, I just went there, and I was standing like this. The switch is right here. They called the chief guest, and I was like, off the switch. By the time the guests went there, it was all, fan was not running anymore. They easily did this, and they went back. So this point of experience, you can never ever get anywhere. I'll give you 60,000, 70,000 rupees. You can get me an iPhone, right? I'll give you 5 crore rupees. You can get me a Maybach, right? But I can pay you 10 crores. Can you get me 1 second of experience? Just 1 second of experience with 10 crore rupees. You cannot. That is what IEEE can give you. The experience that you are gaining from IEEE, which is an intangible value or asset that you are getting, you will not get anywhere. And in a platform like IEEE, where you can scale even up to the global level, the experience has matchless value. That is the first one. Second one. So, how many of you are interested in getting into the armed forces, Indian armed forces? 1, 2. Indian armed forces. So I really am passionate, to get into the armed forces. Of course, like most of you, or all of you here, I love my country a lot. So I wanted to get through. It's a direct service, right? So there was this Navy interview, Indian Navy interview. And the person was like white and white with all the medals here. He was a Singh, and the moment you see him, you will automatically stand up and you feel like saluting. He's such a guy with such personality. So everybody is going into the interview room, like 25 minutes average taking and coming out, and the person is an AC room and people are coming out. No, literally they are coming out like this. I went in. The first question, what is the first question for an interview? Introduce yourself, right? And you have a by-hearted thing. I am Arjun Pillai doing my third year electronics and communication engineering. You do that. Second question, what are your extracurricular activities? This was the second question. Usually you don't ask questions back, but then I politely asked, sir, can I show you a certificate, please? He said, very well, gentlemen, please go ahead. So I took this Region 10 organizing, the Congress organizing certificate. I showed him and said, sir, I was the chair of this global event. These are the two people who have assigned it. Professor Minnie Thomas, I explained who she is. And then Professor Lou Turman. Sir, he was the IEEE president in 2008 and he is an IBM researcher. He looked at the certificate, looked at me, looked at the certificate, looked at me. I said, off you go. Less than 3 minutes, I got selected. And later I went to Bhopal and got out in the final round. That is another story. But that moment, IEEE has helped me just like that. All my interviews, I was just running in and getting through. Majorly because of IEEE. There was another one. I went through the recession time. So there were 6,000 people for a Wipro interview. And from 6,000, they took 32 and I was in that 32. This was recession time, but it's all because of IEEE. Anyways. And the third one happened when I was working with Infosys. So, you have heard about POC, proof of concept. So when you have a client, you will tell them that we can do this. Then the client will ask, prove this. Give us a proof of concept. So we are working on 9 proof of concepts. So we worked on proof of concept and then we delivered the proof of concept and then we have to deliver the documentation along with that. How do you make this proof of concept, right? So with IEEE, you make documents almost every day. Like you make proposals, you make nominations, you make applications, you make reports. Whatever you can think of as a document, you make presentations, everything you make for IEEE, right? So by that time, I have, including the proposal, I have made like some of good documentation by looking at better documents, right? So I made this POC and POC document, and after some time, the project went to Deloitte for some other reason, and it happens in IT. So Deloitte, we have to do something like knowledge transfer, like the existing team, you talk to the Deloitte team and transfer all the assets and knowledge to them, right? So we did this, we sent across this documents, everything, and Infosys is getting back. Infosys means my manager who is like 8 levels ahead above me, is getting an email saying that it's an amazing piece of documentation that you have done, congratulations. Deloitte is actually a rival company. So a rival company do not usually give such a kind of appraisal. And then my manager up there, he started asking who made this document. And it came down and said, a fresher, Arjun, he was the guy who made that document. And at that moment, I got directly access to the topmost guy in my SAP, that team. Yeah, it's not team, it's called as something else anyways. So I got access, right? It's all because of IEEE. It's all because of IEEE. After that, I could easily talk to him. I could pick up the call and call him directly and say, hey Abraham, I'm Arjun here. I just wanted to ask this and clarify with this. So these are some of the assets that you can never ever get outside this. These are like amazing experience that you have. After that, my Infosys career was so smooth. I have taken work from home in Infosys when I was working with Bank of America. It's something that is unheard of, but I could still do it because I had that kind of a credibility established. These are 3 stories of my life. Who am I now? I turned 26 last month. I feel like getting a little old, much older than you guys. But I'm so glad, coming and interacting with you guys, feel younger. I'm not too old, right? So, and I have founded a company. I wanted to do my MBA, but then while I was working with Infosys, they gave me a little time where I was free. I did not have any project. So I don't like being idle, so I started thinking, and then I wanted to do something of my own, and I resigned the company. And then I came out, and I founded a company along with 3 of my co-founders, or 3 of my friends, right since college. So at college is the best time for finding anything, friend, co-founder, lover, anything. College is the best time. So, I founded a company in 2012 June. Most importantly, I know very clearly what I want to do with my life. You guys might be understanding what you want to do with my career, with your career, but what you want to do with your career majorly depends on why. Why you want to do it. It takes a long time to reach there. I have reached there. The only way to reach there is by exposing you to anything and everything. Talk to big folks, talk to people who can deliver value to you in 5 minutes. I have interacted with people who have in 5 minutes turned the whole perspective. 5 minutes they have turned the whole perspective. It's all through IEEE. You know? So this is what I could do. Under IEEE, I am part of the Global Student Activities Committee. I am part of the Asia Pacific Student Activities Committee. I am part of Global Humanitarian Technology Committee. And I am part of Asia Pacific Humanitarian Technology Committee in 2014. 2015 I will probably leave some of these, and I will probably take up the global young professional role for driving entrepreneurship inside IEEE, because that's something I love. So I'll probably do that, and I'll probably drop some of these. These are my different hats under IEEE at this point of time. This is one interesting slide, and I really love it. So when I was with Infosys, right, I'm a Keralite, and then I went to Mysore, then to Hyderabad, then went to Chennai. That's pretty much it, right? You essentially be there and that's it. With IEEE, I did a little more. I came down to Singapore, came down to Australia, I came to Sri Lanka. 3 places I traveled with IEEE. But with my startup and plus IEEE, now I am traveling extensively. I have been to Chile, I have been to the southernmost tip of the world. There is a highway there, says that highway to the end of the world. You know, there is no road after that. And then I have been to Bolivia. In US, I have been to San Francisco, Philadelphia, Miami, Washington DC, Philadelphia, New York. All these were some of the IEEE meetings and startup events. I did not put this slide. Oh, I've been to Europe. You know, last month we had the Amsterdam Sections Congress of IEEE. I came to Switzerland also after that. So I did not put this slide to boast saying that I have been to these places. You know, but when you travel, you get something you won't get otherwise. Some of the learnings. Let me give you an example. I always consider myself as a polite person, or I want myself to be a polite person. I try my best to do it that way, and I consider myself as a polite person. And then I went to Chile. And Chile, what I'm seeing is there are metro stations and there are these strollers, you know, the moms, they put their babies in the strollers and then they keep pushing it, right? And at the stays, they have to take the babies. They can't carry the strollers as such, right? So they take the babies. But the moment they take the babies, somebody will offer to carry the stroller up there. If a guy or a girl of your age or my age offers to do it, I won't be like, okay, that happens. But what I see there is, I see a 45 probably year-old guy in suit. He's running out of the metro station, and the moment he saw this, he actually had a screeching stop, and then he offered to carry the stroller up there. And they probably said a hello, hi, thank you, and then he started running again. You know, that was an amazing thing for me. You know, so there are dogs, right? The dogs there, a dog is here, dog, right? Not the soap. Okay, so a dog is here, and even if I stamp my feet just next to it, it won't fly. In Santiago, Chile, it won't fly because it knows that I won't harm it. I can't put that culture into better perspective. That is one of the super nice people I have ever met, and I felt, no, I'm not polite enough. I have to improve. Right? Those are the learnings that you get while you travel. Guys, if you get a chance, you know, if you are not sure where to start, get a backpack, travel. If you are in the north, travel south. If you are in the south, travel north. East, west. Go somewhere in India or go to Nepal. You don't need a visa. You know, go to Himalayas. Traveling is the best experience that you can get. So if you are unsure where to start, go do a travel or else start reading good books. These are one of the two starting points that I would advise. So I am traveling and learning. If the idiot can, why can't you? Guys, can we play that video please? I hope you have audio. No, go back. have you ever felt like, why me? Why you? When you are going through something bad, something not that great with your life, have you ever felt, why me? Of all the people, why me? You know this person? He's a legendary Wimbledon player named Arjun Pillai. So he had to go for a heart surgery, and then he got HIV positive blood transfused into him, and then he got AIDS. And he was giving an interview when the interviewer asked, of all the people and of all the illness, why you and why with such a bad disease? To that Arthur Ashe, he replied, 50 million children start playing tennis. 5 million start professional tennis. 500,000 comes to the professional circuit. 5,000 comes to Grand Slams. 50 comes to Wimbledon. 4 comes to the semi-final. 2 comes to the final. And 1 person on this globe will touch that cup. And when I was holding that cup up in the air, I did not ask God, why me? Then why now? See guys, you should not ask why me. It should be, why not me? It's always a choice that you make. The moment that you have set your foot into an engineering college, I see that you have started off with your career. The kind of things that you do in these 4 years, the kind of decisions, the choices that you make is going to define your whole career. So, the only thing that matters is not how you started, where you started, who are you, no. That is not what matters. It's only that what you choose to do now. That is the only thing that matters. Just do it. You can do anything, but just do it. You can start a blog, learn programming, donate blood, organize an event, tell your parents that you love them, volunteer for an NGO, backpack and travel, fall in love, learn a new language, anything. But do something. Don't settle for a mediocre life. It's boring. It's killing yourself every day. If you are just following the stream, it is just like killing every day. We as IEEE members, we are elite crowd and we should make the change. And the change starts with you. He still is an idiot. And he will remain an idiot. But the only thing is, he believes that he can. And he tries very, very hard for it. That is the only difference. He still is an idiot. That's it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, before we continue with the session, rather than coming to the conclusion, I have few announcements to make. Right? So all of you have heard about the Mars Orbiter mission. Tomorrow we have with us Dr. Nilesh Desai, who is our Deputy Director at SAC ISRO. He would be coming and addressing you people and giving you the technical insights of this Mars Orbiter mission and Chandrayaan 2. So I hope to see everybody tomorrow sharp at 9 AM. And how are you going to reach here? The buses will leave Trimandir at sharp 7:30 AM. None of the bus will be available after 7:30. So you all make sure that you all catch the bus right in time so that you come here in time to attend the very first session.
We have 4 buses tomorrow.
We have 4 buses tomorrow and all of them will be leaving on the same time, right? Okay. Another thing is, from every section we need one person to be volunteering as for giving the feedback. So we will be collecting the names tomorrow. We leave it up to you people to decide who from your section would be coming over here and giving the feedback. The third thing is, tomorrow you have an industrial visit. I hope everybody has the schedule. So we'll announce it tomorrow itself. So after the industrial visit, you will be going to Akshardham temple, and from there the buses will drop you back to Trimandir. You will get a break for 1 hour at Trimandir, and 7 o'clock, half an hour break at Trimandir, and at 7 o'clock you will be coming back to Nirma, where we will be continuing with the program of the evening and the banquet dinner. Right, so that is going to be the whole schedule for tomorrow. And just do not be late, the buses will not be waiting, and it would not be good to make the chief guest also wait. So we would be starting at 7:30 and we'll be starting the first session at 9 o'clock, right? I'll hand it over to Manmohit to continue with the session.
I would like to invite Dr. Tanish Zaveri to present the memento to the terrific trio.
I'm extremely happy that they have conducted a very good, beyond my expectation. The session is very good. Also you will continue and participate.
What a wonderful day. I'm sure we all have learned a lot today. Thank you. This seems enough to satiate our thirst for knowledge, enlighten our inquisitive minds, and motivate us to do our most level. We are going to take a short break, and you all are expected back at 7 o'clock for cultural evening, followed by dinner. So thank you and have a very good evening.